This is 5 cars that need to be added to ERLC. Let me know if you have any other suggestions in the comments, and let me know if you agree with me as well. But like and subscribe if you enjoy. Let's get straight into it. Okay, so I know this video is 5 cars, but it's more 5 car brands with a few car suggestions from each brand. And we'll start off with some of the more luxurious brands on this list, and then we'll kind of get more like lower end, like BMWs and stuff, as the list goes on. But we'll start off with Ferrari. Ferrari isn't a car that has really had any licensing problems in ERLC, so of course we have to bear in mind that we can't actually have the exact cars. They'll have to be fictional models based off a certain car, but even fictional models have taken inspiration from the real life versions, and in my opinion there's 4 Ferraris that would be very good in the game. So for starters, we have the Ferrari Purosangue like this, which is a really nice looking car, and it's like an SUV as well, which is very good. It's nice to have some SUVs in the game rather than just fast sports cars all the time, even though this is still a fast sports car. We have the Ferrari SF90, which is borderline supercar slash hypercar. I would say the Ford GT that was recently removed, this can kind of replace that if they were to add it. Looks very nice in my opinion, very popular, loads of people like it. It's kind of Ferrari's signature car at the moment. It's the car everyone talks about when you say Ferrari, or well, one of the cars everyone talks about when you say Ferrari, because of course we can't forget about the LaFerrari. We do need, or some people say that we need more like hypercars and very expensive cars in ERLC to work towards. The LaFerrari would definitely be up there as one I think would be really cool in the game. If we go to the car spawner, which I'm ages away from, so I'll just respawn myself. If we go up to this car spawner here, as you can see, the most expensive car is a Bugatti. I don't really think a LaFerrari would beat a Bugatti. It probably would in price these days, but speed and stuff, it would probably be between the McLaren and the Bugatti. But it's nice to have more prestige cars in the expensive region, so there's more choice, because everyone just drives around in a Bugatti right now, and that's kind of boring, or a McLaren. So it would be nice to have some very expensive car variations. And the final one on this list is the Ferrari F8, which is an interesting one because this car is actually already inside of ERLC. So in my opinion, this is one of the best looking Ferraris. I think it looks so nice, really awesome, very sleek, very modern, but also not too much as well. I think it just looks really cool. But here we are on the ERLC wiki. Now I don't know why there's so many ads, but as you can see, this is the Ferrari F8 Tributo. Now this is inside of ERLC. As you can see, this is a car inside of ERLC. However, this is a moderator or developer only car. I think it's moderator plus. As you can see, it looks really cool. So there is a Ferrari in the game. Interestingly, on this you can actually see it has the Ferrari logo. It's not a fictional model. It is probably called the Ferrari F8 Tributo as it's listed on the ERLC wiki, but unfortunately it is not available for public use inside of ERLC, obviously because it's copyrighted, and also because it's just a moderator car. It's nice to have a car that only moderators can drive. So there is already a Ferrari in the game, but it would be nice to have either that Ferrari or some other Ferraris listed for people to drive if they're not a moderator. But that is it for Ferrari. Let's move on to Lamborghini. So of course we did used to have a Lamborghini in ERLC, the Silhouette Carbon 2011. Got removed for copyright reasons, but it would be cool to have a fictional model of, I have 4 Lamborghinis in mind. Firstly, of course, the Lamborghini Urus. Again, similar to the Ferrari Purosangue, it would be nice to have an SUV style sports car in the game, like a Lamborghini. I know we have the Porsche and the Range Rover and stuff, but Lamborghini Urus would be cool. Obviously, a fan favorite, we have the Huracan. They could have the Huracan STO. They could have the Huracan Technica. They could have loads of different Huracan styles or types, or they could just have a nice basic 2016 or 2017 Lamborghini Huracan, just like this one. Would be very cool. Of course, fictionalized, similar to Greenville, if you guys know what that Lamborghini Huracan looks like. Or they could have something a bit more powerful, like a Lamborghini Aventador. Even an SVJ or an SV would be very nice. Again, that's just higher specs of the Lamborghini Aventador, but even so, a basic one like this would be very nice as well. Or if they wanted to be very fancy, they could of course have the Lamborghini Revuelto, which, similar to the SF90, it's kind of like the signature signature car of Lamborghini at the moment, and in my opinion it is one of the best looking Lamborghinis as well. Some very standout colours like this pink, as you can see, which actually looks really nice. But yeah, it would be really cool to have a Revuelto in ERLC. Would also be cool to have one in real life, but sadly YouTube doesn't pay me enough, so I'll stick to one of these in real life, I guess. Basically the same thing, right? So yeah, Lamborghini coming back would be very cool. Of course, fictionalized to avoid copyright reasons. Lamborghini are probably one of the worst on Roblox for their copyright problems, or at least they were the people that started the whole copyright drama in the first place. So yeah, they haven't really got a good name in the Roblox community. But moving on to more luxury style cars now, we have Rolls Royce. So again, with the luxury SUV, fast SUV style cars, we have the Rolls Royce Cullinan, which in my opinion is the nicest Rolls Royce, especially like these ones, and the Mansory Rolls Royce Cullinans as well, if you guys like your cars. Very nice. This looks absolutely incredible. In ERLC, fictionalized as well, would look really cool. Kind of gives me vibes of the Range Rover, or as it's called in ERLC, the Terrain Traveler. This is kind of the most high-end luxury car that we have in ERLC. It would be nicer to have something a little bit more, such as a Rolls Royce. It's a highly suggested vehicle as well, so hopefully it will get added soon. Or if they wanted a more modern but luxury style Rolls Royce, they could have the new Rolls Royce Spectra, I think that's how you say it, which was recently released by Rolls Royce, and as you can see, looks really nice. Some very nice looking Rolls Royces here, I must say. Very expensive as well. I think these are in the 500k to 800k price range, I'd say. Very nice, very high end. That looks absolutely incredible, and it would be really nice. This one's 379,000. I think this is used though. As you can see, this looks really cool. This one's sold, and it's only done 300 miles, and as you can see here, it was 380,000 pounds, which is like 450,000 US dollars. Either way, you get the idea. It would be very nice to have some luxury Rolls Royces like that in ERLC. But now let's move on to some more reasonably priced cars that would be incredible to have in ERLC. However, they are a little bit controversial. Yes, everybody, I'm talking about the BMW G80 M3 and the G82 M4. In my opinion, two of the best looking BMWs that have ever been made. Very controversial. Some people really hate this weird front grille. I think it looks really cool. Obviously not both of them, one or the other, but look at this. Having a BMW like this inside of ERLC would be really cool for sure. Loads and loads of people have suggested cars like this. The M3, the M4, doesn't really matter. They basically look the same. One's just got a couple of extra doors and a different brake light design. These would be somewhere in the range of $100,000 inside of the game, so a nice mid-range fast car that's not too excessive but is very nice, that a lot of people would still like to drive as well. They add these really weird cars like the Cadillac, for example, that one that's like $200,000 that no one asked for and no one really drives. So it'd be nice to get some cars around that price range, maybe a bit cheaper, that people actually want, that people will actually drive a lot more, and it will be as popular as the McLaren or the Bugatti, for example. And I think a BMW M car, even like an M5, the new one or the old one, or an M2 would be really cool in my opinion. And I think that would, and I think all of them options are what people would like to see, so any of them would be great in ERLC. All of them options are what people would like to see, so any of them would be great in ERLC. So there already are a few Porsches in the game, but I think just a nice Porsche 911 Turbo S, or even a Porsche GT3 RS, maybe a 992 GT3 RS. Obviously the GT3 RS is a very popular car. Loads and loads of people really like it. Oh my gosh, this one is flying. Would be cool to see, but I just think a nice Porsche Turbo S, just a nice, again, mid-range. It is kind of still a supercar, but cheaper than the McLaren, more expensive than the Audi R8 in the game. Something like that would be really cool. Seeing this as well, a Porsche Taycan Turbo S for the electric car game pass would also be really cool. If you like cars, you know exactly what I'm talking about in this video. These cars are some of the most commonly talked about ones in the car space. But also we talked earlier about the LaFerrari. Now, if they were to add the LaFerrari, they could also consider another car in what is called the Holy Trinity, which is the McLaren P1, which we'll talk about in a minute, the Porsche 918 Spider, and the LaFerrari. They could add the LaFerrari, they could add the 918 Spider here. Looks really cool. And although it's not on this list, a McLaren P1 would be really cool as well, although I don't think they'll add it because the second best car in the game is a McLaren anyway, so it doesn't really make sense to add another McLaren. The McLaren W1 could be something really cool, and obviously the new version of the LaFerrari, the new version of the 918 Spider could also be cool in ERLC as well. But in my opinion, I've shown a great different range of cars in this video that I think all would be really cool to see in ERLC, and I think loads of people would like to see in ERLC as well. Let me know in the comments if you agree. Let me know if there's any cars you want to see in ERLC that I did not include on this list. And yeah, that is all for this video. Thank you very much for watching. Leave a comment, drop a like and subscribe. Check out everything else from the description as well, all my social medias. And yeah, thank you for watching. Hopefully I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.